Hello and welcome back to our trip aboard the Viking Sea to the Viking Homelands. In part 2 of 4, we're going to explore Denmark. First stop in Denmark is the Viking stronghold of Alborg. In 1948, the Commission on Spelling Reform ordered Alborg to change the spelling of its name from Aalborg, dropping one of the A's and using the A with the little crown on top of it. The city council eventually got around to telling the Spelling Reform Committee to basically go fish and stubbornly retain the spelling of Aalborg. Then in 1984, the Spelling Commission and other government agencies acquiesced, and now both spellings are on maps and all official documents in Denmark. And while Alborg retains some of its funkiness and interesting old-timey architecture, most of the downtown is given over to newer bars and restaurants, including the McDonald's spotted in the distance, and even including some American-themed burger joints, proving you can still get your kicks on Route 66, even in Denmark. As we continued to wander about, we found that Scandinavia still has its graffiti artist, much as Europe does. The next stop on our walking tour was the beautiful Buldolfi Domkirke, which is the Lutheran cathedral in Alborg. This version of the church was built in the late decades of the 14th century, over the remains of an earlier church. The cathedral is simple and elegant and has a history of blessing sailors as they went to sea. There were many more examples as we moved around Alborg of old buildings and ancient architecture. This was a public building supposedly built in 1506. Here's an example of an old Danish post office. Look at the tower carefully and you'll see the tiny door-like openings that were portals for carrier pigeons used to deliver the mail in the past. According to our guide, the mail delivery system is not that much more reliable, even in the present. Much of Alborg is given over to lovely cobblestone streets and narrow alleyways dotted with interesting architecture and little bits of quirky art. If you suspect that you are of Danish descent, you can make a stop at this building complex in Alborg. Here they will research your ancestry for a fee and tell you if you are of Danish descent, and then possibly offer you an opportunity to become a Danish citizen. As we say goodbye to Alborg, I leave you with this bit of good Danish advice to turn up the music and turn down the drama. With humble beginnings as a fishing community, Over 850 years ago, the capital of Denmark, Copenhagen, was our next stop. As with Alborg, the city is rich with interesting architecture and, above all, statuary. Everywhere you looked was a piece of art, a new statue, something interesting to look at. Sitting across from the Copenhagen Opera House in the naval shipyards is perhaps the most unassuming yet most famous statue in Copenhagen, Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid. Installed in 1913, the statue has been brutalized and vandalized many times. One would think from this picture it would be easy to get a good, clear photograph of the statue. Trying to get close to the thing is difficult because of the hordes of tourists pushing their way toward the statue. Another favorite theme of the statuary appeared to be the Greek gods. Moving on, we were able to visit the old Danish army barracks and war memorial called the Citadel. The inscription near the eternal flame reads "One time, one place, one person," and is home to the Danish war memorials. Just outside the Citadel is home to possibly the only Anglican church in Copenhagen, St. Albans. And near St. Albans is the fountain of the Norse goddess Gefjon. As we continued our tour, we arrived just in time to witness the changing of the guard at Ameliamborg Palace. Ameliamborg is the official fall and winter residence for the Danish royal family. Copenhagen is a canal town and has several miles of interlocking canals. One of the most famous and probably most vibrant is the Nyhavn Canal or New Harbor Canal. What used to be one of the busiest trading harbors in Copenhagen is now given over to a vibrant but touristy restaurant and bar scene. From Nyhavn, we boarded a smaller boat and headed into the canals for about an hour-long tour. Canal tour ended near our ship, where we debarked and were able to enjoy a stroll through the city near our ship and through a park nearby. Soon after boarding the Viking Sea, as the sun began to set, we began our sail away from Copenhagen. Well, that's it for part 2 of our Viking Homelands tour aboard the Viking Sea. If you enjoyed this content, do me a solid and like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Parts 3 and 4 are on the way, so stay tuned. If you are interested in a ship tour and dining guide for the Viking Sea, click on the link above for part 5 of our 2022 trip aboard the Viking Sea and our Mediterranean Odyssey cruise. Thank you for watching and happy travels.